size, and that's it's depending on what kind of energy it contains of. So there is a lot of this going on from different, you can say, scientists that are here for helping you, and it's accelerating and become more and more obvious for more and more people that this exists. We can't just come down and say, hello, where are we? Because you shouldn't understand it. So we're spreading this energy to help you transcend to a higher level where we are able to communicate and share energy.
Beautiful.
Do you understand this message?
I do. I know that I have videos of the orbs coming into my space, and they're small and they're blue. You say those would be a part of this, part of them coming through for myself. Now, our scientists, or there are those that are saying that there are really huge ones that came into the solar system, and they've been shielding the energy coming off our sun that is helping so it wouldn't destroy many of the bodies here on the planet that couldn't hold the vibration of the area of the space that we're traveling through, because it's really affecting our sun. Could you explain that to where one could understand it, or everyone could understand it a little better? What that they're calling it, the Spear Being Alliance, but
yeah, you can say that they are spheres, but that they are in fact different forms of ships having different missions, and there's a lot of this going on.
okay.
And in the same time, there is more and more on Earth is trying to put forward a lot of conspiracy things, like the Earth is not round, it's flat, and all kind of crazy things to try to stop or at least slow down this process, because this process has been known for the elite on your planet for a long, long time, and they know it's no way to stop it, but you can slow the process down.
Lars and I were having that conversation before we began this process. Understood. I ignore the flat earth thing. It's pretty obvious that that's ridiculous. We have a gentleman coming out now talking about the spheres that have shown up, and that they were really, really, really large, and there were maybe 100 or so that have been stationed around the solar system, and that they were assisting. And that is true then?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's not on the sphere of some kind of metal or something like that. It's energy that have a mission.
Yeah, they didn't say that it was that. They said, the gentleman clearly spoke, and he said that they're not ships, that they were literally energy entities, high vibrational energy entities that have come into the solar system to assist, and they're just calling them sphere a sphere being a lance because they're round, and that's the way they were perceived as they came in on whatever instruments they're using to detect them.
That's correct.
And that particular group of spheres, is that a part of the same, are you or this group here connected with that? I think I said that already, with those spheres. Is that correct then?
Yes.
And of course, I think I said this already, but those are the same ones that I was able to, because they came really small, I mean really small in the video, and I was able to capture them on the video, and not on purpose. They just were there when I went back to look at the video. Are they same group connected as well?
Yes.
And one thing that you said earlier, which I find is really interesting, Augustine and Isabel are two higher portions of myself that I've been told over and over in this, and I believe it wholeheartedly. But he said that there were two feminine aspects of myself that are in this on this council of the Ninth Collective. Could you elaborate on that for me? Just something personal that I was interested in.
They are the feminine side of you. They are there because the feminine side is easier to connect with feelings and relations with others. Feelings in the form of love, feeling in the form of, can we say, in the form of passion.
So they bring out the best in me, I would say.
If you want to rate it.
Okay, very good.
Sure.
Oh man, I had a lot of questions, but you've given me such amazing information, and you've given us amazing information. When we started the session, literally I called Lars and I said, Lars, I had some really important questions that I had a desire to ask, and I asked would he go under for me, and he says yes, which is why we're here. You knew we were going to do this, of course.
Yes, you decided to.
Because I always ask in advance, to please come forward for us and give us as much or anything that we would need.
But this energy is not disconnected from you, right? This energy is you.
Okay.
So
Well,
it's a good thing to do what you do, to ask them to come forward, because then you open up for another form of connection, another form of communication.
a higher aspect of myself.
Yes.
And now although I'm speaking now in terms of if I'm asking someone else outside of myself, I do understand that there is only one, and that I am just literally connecting to my higher self, which is, I believe, is the higher self of everyone. And I believe we are the one experiencing itself through all of us, through every collective, through everything that exists.
You're never disconnected, but sometimes you shut off the pathway.
it's necessary sometimes for experience?
Yes,
Understood.
it is. Because if it should flow openly in this frequency all the time, you should go mad. You should be overloaded. So that is a good way to open the pathway to all aspects of yourself when you ask permission.
Oh, very.
Because it's like you're knocking up a door or open a gate or like that. You open the pathway. That's a good method to do it.
Thank you. Well, I am so appreciative, and Lars is very appreciative for these opportunities to connect in this way. I had a question about the planet, about Gaia, and the question is, and it has to do with the planet itself. There are huge sinkholes that are happening all over the planet. I don't know, it's something just told me I should ask about that. And so those sinkholes where all of a sudden there's a huge hole, what is causing that?
It's a side effect of the expansion. We try to minimize all aspects of this expansion, but as you know, there are large tectonic plates on Gaia, and we try to make the impact of the expansion as small as possible. We're not causing a lot of disasters on Gaia, but sometimes these things happen instead because it has to. It's like when you grow, you have to change your shoes because they are getting too small.
Understood.
And if you wear the small shoes, the two will soon pop out. And that's the sinkholes.
Okay, so the planet Gaia is expanding. It's getting bigger then, is it? Is it? Yes?
It's getting bigger is in its energy field, yes.
Okay, understood. Okay, and here's another question that I was asked. There are beams of light that you see that people have been taking photographs all over the planet. Blossom Goodchild, she spoke about it in her channelings, and like she said, it didn't come when they said it, when she thought, but they have started showing up and people are taking pictures of those. What are those pillars of light that everyone is catching on film, please?
It's us. It's you. It is them. In different energy forms.
You said it is who?
Us.
In different energy forms. And so is the energy coming down and helping with raising the vibration of the planet? Is this?
Exactly.
Oh, very good, very good.
And more people are sensitive for this because they are also extending and can see this going on in a different way. We have always been able to capture these images in digital form, but in your mind you haven't been able to see it before. It's not that it kept secret from you, but you just haven't had the ability.
But but now that the vibration is rising, now we're able to see them with our naked eye.
Yes, and it's getting more and more intense.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for that. I had a dream of a being who said that she was from the inner earth. I believe it was a feminine, and she had like this ornate thing on her nose and looked like she had a headdress, or she almost looked bird-like. And could you elaborate on that, what that was? She said she was from the inner earth. Is there a civilizations in the inner earth? And how am I connected to that particular one? And I was wondering why I was able to see that or to have that communication with her. Please.
There have been in the past civilization. There have always been civilization on Gaia as long as it has existed with different purpose. But there is no bad energy still allowed in the proximity of your solar system in this moment. There are, what can we say, there are entities that try to hinder or stop this extension of Gaia and the people or the humanoids or all living energy on Gaia to come to a higher frequency, because then you also will be able to see that not all is good.
The particular being that I saw, she didn't seem like she was negative or had any, she didn't seem negative. I was wondering why was I mean, I was in the bed and I was sleeping, and it was in my, I call it the dream state or what have you, but she allowed me to see her, and like I said, I was wondering, was I connected to her in any way, or was there a reason why I could see her? Is it because my vibration is rising high enough to connect to that, or I'm curious.
Yes, I want to ask you a question.
Yes, please.
What feeling did this encounter give you?
I was really excited because at first I could see like a green spaceship, like, or, flying vessel, and then I can see this energy coming down, and then there was just like a form, and then I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness, and I walked up on it. She appeared and she was sitting there and she was friendly. She wasn't, and she said she was from the inner earth, and then she said they were here to get ice cream. And so I thought that was really nice. And then two more showed up, and she had her ice cream, and it was the kind of ice cream I had the night before that I went to bed. And so, like I said, I was excited and happy to see her. I was just, like I said, I was excited. I didn't feel any fear at all, and so that's why I was wondering, were they connecting with me, or something?
So perhaps that was an aspect of you that gave you pleasure, that gave you, what you say, ice cream. That was an aspect of you, perhaps allowing you to feel good. But the inner earth, we don't know. I think it's more the inner you.
Understood. Understood. We keep hearing on the internet that there are civilizations that are higher vibrational beings that live within Gaia, and they are saying that Gaia is a honeycombed planet, and they're higher vibrational entities. Is that true? Are there higher vibrational?
The energy, the higher vibration exists, but there's no entities living inside Gaia. Why should I?
Another thing, so that's what I was wondering. They're saying that there are breakaway civilizations that were on the surface of Gaia, and after certain cataclysms, natural cataclysms, they went under the surface in the earth. I was just curious, is there any truth to that?
Yes, there was truth in this long, million time ago, but they are not longer allowed to interfere. They are not longer able to interfere. They have left. They have left Gaia. And they have left this solar system. Because they can't go against universal law.
Very good. Very, very good. And here's, I think, my last question. You hear on the internet and through certain sources, I won't call names, it's not important, that these spheres that have come in have set up a barrier blocking off our civilization, blocking off the solar system from any negative entities who would make an attempt to manipulate and control or to hold back the process that we are going through on the planet. Is there any truth in that? They say we're in a quarantine, or we're being protected by the entire solar system, not allowing any other entities in or out.
That's true. You're all protected and you're taken care of, but there are some of you that is not so fond of this thing going on. There is the bad energy is coming from within. The bad energy that's trying to stop this is the one that have had benefits from this in the past. So it's not coming from outside, it's coming from inside.
Oh, very good. So I was told in the session before, these anomalies are things that we've created through our actions, and then they give them names such as the reptilian. Are there reptilian races in this galaxy that have manipulated us and that are stuck here on the planet? Is there any truth to that?
Yes, there is some truth, but they are not longer here. They are deported.
Very good. Deported. And I will say a name now. A gentleman, his name was Corey Good. He said that some of those entities, particularly white reptilians or whatever, that they were still here and trapped here to go through the process. And the only reason why I didn't think that something like that would be true, because if their vibration is really low and they're trapped here and the vibration keeps rising, it may harm them in a way. And I don't know. I just don't.
You're absolutely correct.
I don't see it.
That is why collective energy that still is in work, that people like you and many others is trying to expose, to get rid of it. Like you have this word Illuminati, and that is just some of the being on your planet. It's not a reptilian. It's not other bad energy. It just comes from this collective that want to stop this ascension and want to. They have understood that they can't stop it, but they do anything to try to slow it down. But they are humanoids.
Understood. And that is honestly what I thought of. And the word karma, they try and say, well, I'll just go ahead and say this name, David Wilcock. He said that, and even Dolores Cannon, who I learned how to do this quantum healing hypnosis therapy through her, said that the people who, the lower vibrational entities that who are trying to stop this process will be stuck here as the vibration raises to have the karma would be to go through this process. Their low vibration would harm them or destroy them or kill them. And I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it would be something that would be really pleasant to go through.
Now that's a way of thinking of punishment. We don't use punishment. There is no such thing like punishment in that sense.
I didn't think so either. So, very, very good. And, okay.
We are not here to harm any being, any energy. We are here to help you accept to where you should be accepted to.
Because
it's all designed by you. It's all designed by, can we say, the source.
because this is a free will zone, is it not?
Of course.
And so, okay. So,
And so is the rest of the universe also. It's a free will zone.
very good.
In different universes, the free will zone. You can always say yes, you can always say no. And we try to help you not to be so affected of the ones that say no, because they can no longer exist in this dimension. If Gaia is going into another dimension, so they will be removed.
Very good. Now, I'm not in any way, shape, or form trying to discredit Corey Good or discredit David. I believe it's just the way that they understand from the information that they've been given. But the Corey...
They are not trying to lie for you. They are not trying to cause any harm.
Exactly.
That's the way they experience it. And they are right in some aspects, but it's beyond that. Last 2 years, there has been a lot of things going on. A lot of things have switched over or accelerating and become more and more obvious for more and more people that this exists. We can't just come down and say, hello, where are we? to understand it. So we're spreading this energy to help you transcend to a higher level where we are able to communicate and share energy.
Beautiful. Many of the bodies here on the planet that couldn't hold the vibration of the area of the space that we're traveling through because it's really affecting our sun. Could you explain that to where one could understand it, or everyone could understand it a little better? What that they're calling it, the Spear Being Alliance, but
yeah, you can say that they are spheres, but they are in fact different forms. Do you understand this message?
I do. I know that I have videos of the orbs coming into my space, and they're small and they're blue. You say those would be a part of this, part of them coming through for myself. Now, our scientists, or there are those that are saying that there are really huge ones that came into the solar system, and they've been shielding the energy coming off our sun that is helping so it wouldn't destroy.
All ships having different missions, and there's a lot of this going on.
Okay.
And in the same time, there is more and more on Earth is trying to put forward a lot of conspiracy things, like the Earth is not round, it's flat, and all kind of crazy things to shape, different color, different size, and it's depending on what kind of energy it contains of. So there is a lot of this going on from different, you can say, scientists that are here for helping you, and it's accelerating.